Hey there, how's it going? I'm here in Koyasan, Japan, in the mountains at about 900 meters or about 3,000 feet. Koya is the name of the town here. San means mountain, so Koya Mountain refers to the entire area. This valley in the mountains, forested, amazing trees around here. And as you can see, Buddhist temples. This area has more than 100 different Buddhist temples. The area has been a site of Japanese Buddhism for about 1,200 years. A man named Kaiku came here in 819 AD and started a Buddhist temple and monastery here for monks to be able to get out of the city and go somewhere peaceful and quiet and practice their Buddhist spiritual practices. And this area has been a center of Buddhism for 1,200 years now. As you can see, an amazing, beautiful sunny day, a welcome change after the pouring down rain that I went through while getting here by train, if you saw my last video. So it's nice to see the sunshine and get a nice warm day. And there is a heck of a lot to see around here. I'm going to do my best to at least give a little taste of it. Some of the temples here you can go inside, and some of them are actually lodges that you can stay at. So if you decide to come to Koyasan, then you might want to look into staying at one of the temples and getting a inside look at the daily life of Buddhist monks. And so this temple is called Henjo-den, if I'm saying that right. Built in 1921. And it is an auditorium for the Buddhist monks and their practices. And so I'm going to keep on exploring around here, show you more of what there is to see, more of the temples and the very pleasant, peaceful town here, the forest, and I will be showing you something especially amazing at the end of this video when I will be walking through a cemetery, not your typical cemetery. This is where I started the video, the Joki Inn. And so the cemetery that I was referring to is like a couple of miles down that way. The town is basically spread through this valley here, going that way, with both residences and temples scattered all through the forest here. And there's quite a sight up ahead. The Kanpan Daito Pagoda looks absolutely spectacular. And so here's a informational sign, Foundation of Koyasan, situated to the south of the river Kinokawa in Ito County, Wakayama. Koyasan is a basin on a mountain 820 meters above the sea level. It was granted to Kobo Daishi, and so that is actually the man that I mentioned at the beginning, Kaiku, Kobo Daishi Kaiku, as a place of meditation by the imperial court 1,200 years ago. Practitioners at Koyasan endeavor to identify themselves with the Buddha by spiritual unification. Kobo Daishi sent his disciples to explore Koyasan since 816. They cleared the precinct, it says 819 in Wikipedia. He planned to establish not only a monastery, but a grand stupa. Wow, quite a magnificent structure here. Konpan Daito, Great Fundamental Pagoda. The Konpon Daito is the tallest building in Koyasan. After Kobo Daishi Kukai was granted the use of Koyasan by Emperor Saga in 816, he decided to build the first monastic complex entirely dedicated to the teaching and practice of esoteric Buddhism. Man, that is quite an amazing building there. The Donjo Garan Sacred Temple Complex, that is where I just was, up there, half a kilometer. The Okuno-in Kobo Dayashi Gobyo Mausoleum, that is the cemetery that I was talking about, and I will walk there next, 2.2 kilometers, and then 0.1 kilometer is the Kongobuji Temple. So I will stop there and check that out on my way walking through the town here and showing lots more of the town and the Buddhist temples along the way. And so here's a map of the town. Kongobuji, that is where I will go next. It is just right over there. And then this is where I just was. And down here, main entrance to Okuno Inn. This is the cemetery going up this way, and that is really cool. And so this is the Kongobuji Temple. And so this is basically downtown Koyasan here. Up ahead is the Tourist Information Office. And one thing that you should know if you come here is that the town basically closes down in the evening. In my last video, if you saw that video, then I was eating at a restaurant that is right down here. I will show it. And that was around like 4 in the afternoon. And a guy came in and asked what time they closed. And the woman said 6 p.m. And that was like the only restaurant that was open even at that time in the middle of the afternoon. And then I was walking around later that evening trying to find like a convenience store or something that was open, and everything was just dead. There was just nobody around. It was, you know, raining that day. Nothing was open. None of these shops. Finally, I found a convenience store on the other street over from these buildings here, but the town is basically just completely shut down in the evenings. They have these various selections of set meals. And so that is 3,000 yen. That is almost $30. And so that is the one that I got there for 2,000 yen, or about $18, and it was amazing. Really good meal there. And the restaurant is called Hanabishi. And so this is that convenience store, the new daily store, open from 8 in the morning until 10:30 at night. And I got a yogurt smoothie, pineapple I think. And I'm gonna keep on walking through the town. I'll get some lunch a little later. This place is just so incredibly peaceful and beautiful. It's like this dreamland in the mountains of Japan. And so I started this video right here, walked over here to this temple complex, and then walked down here to the Kongobuji head temple, and then walked along here, information center, convenience store, continued walking down here. You are here. Ichi no Hashi Bridge, main entrance to Okuno Inn. That is the cemetery area, and that is right here. You are here, and so it is a walk through the forest all the way up to here, and that is the resting place of Kaiku, the man who first came here to Koyasan, and it is believed that he is in a eternal state of meditation, that he never really died. He just kind of slipped into a meditative state and is still there inside the mausoleum meditating. That is the belief anyways. And so I'm going to walk through the forest here. Now you can't film or take pictures of the main temple mausoleum there at the very end, and so I won't be showing that. However, it is a really beautiful walk along here. Apparently there are more than 200,000 graveyard tombs and gravestones along this route, as you will see. And so it is quite a unique experience. The Ichi no Hashi Bridge. And so it goes away from the main road there, and is just a walking path through these magnificent big trees here. Japan, so I have here a set meal for lunch. Includes noodle soup and some sushi, but I know that sushi isn't the right word. Actually, I think this would be sashimi. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And some vegetables. And I just learned the word for chopsticks is hashi. I like using chopsticks actually. This meal is 900 Japanese yen, which is about $8. Great deal. And tomorrow I'm going to Nara, the place where deer roam free. Should be really cool. Thanks for watching. Lots more coming from Japan. See ya.
45分だと10分しかないで。あ、違うか。